Lawmakers claiming that the FISA surveillance memo that we've heard so much about will shock the country if it's made public. Our next guest is one of those lawmakers sounding the alarm. This as the House Intel Committee prepares for its official release. So are Americans any closer to learning the truth? Republican Congressman Dave Joyce of Ohio joins us right now from Statuary Hall. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know you can't tell us specifically what's in this thing, but how bad is it?
Well, 25 years I've been in law enforcement before I got here in 2013, and I can tell you that I read it twice just to make sure I read it properly, and it was deeply disturbing, as anybody who's been in law enforcement and any American will find out once they have the opportunity to review it.
And of course, what we're hearing, and I know you can't talk about the specifics, is that what exactly was used to get those FISA warrants? Was it the dossier? Was there corruption at the highest levels of the FBI and the Department of Justice? From what you have read, if it is true and accurate, should heads roll? Will heads roll?
Absolutely, they should roll. I mean, termination would be the least of these people's worries once they get to see the documents. We've had this is the basis. The 4 pages are because the House Intelligence Committee, led by Chairman Nunes, has spent hundreds of hours synthesizing this into what is a very easily readable document that every American can have the opportunity to review and make their own determination on. But once you do, you'll be surprised how bad it is.
Do you think people could wind up going to jail?
They should. I mean, this is the highest standard. To me, in law enforcement, that's why it was disturbing, to the point of making it sick. This is the highest standard that you have. And the Constitution protects everybody, even President Trump. He didn't give up his rights when he became president. And so we need to make sure that the documents are as accessible to everyone so they can understand whether it's President Trump or the everyday guy in the street, the Constitution applies to us all and should be everyone who has anything to do with it should be held accountable.
And does it sound like it's going to be released this week?
Well, the good part is it takes time. And unfortunately, we're in a shutdown. Yep. And so one of the questions I have is, we're all here, so we might as well have the hearings anyhow.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Gather around and declassify it or do whatever you have to do.
Absolutely. Start the process because it's going to take time. I get that. Everything here takes time. But, whether it's 19 days, whether it's 3 months, I mean, they've done a lot of work to get us to this point. We need to do the rest of the work to bring it home to the American people.
One other shocking development over the weekend, Congressman, I think it was on Friday, the FBI released 384 new pages of text messages between those 2 FBI lovers who were part of the Mueller team. Now, as it turns out, the FBI says, hey, yeah, by the way, we're missing 5 months worth of the stuff because we can't find them because there was a problem with the software on the Samsung phone. It looks pretty fishy.
Can you imagine if one of us did that?
We'd go to jail.
They'd be calling for our scalps, absolutely. People either need to be terminated or prosecuted, depending on how deep that is. But the other thing is, get some real investigators in there, some people who care about justice and don't care about playing a game, and let them go after these people, because they may say they've lost these things, but I don't think Verizon or AT&T or any of the other phone companies have lost those records.
So you think they're somewhere?
Well, someone with a little determination should find that out. One thing I can tell you, when I sent out warrants and subpoenas in my time as a prosecutor, they were answered in fairly short order. And most of those big companies have lawyers and people on staff waiting just to take care of those type of things. And so I'm sure they'll go to all efforts to make sure that they get them to us.
Yeah, we'd love to see more of those text messages about that insurance policy. Congressman Dave Joyce joining us today from Capitol Hill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.